Hi, my name is Andrea Earle, and for this assignment, I worked with one of our 6th grade AVID teachers to reimagine the traditional college research project. The original project had students researching a college, answering questions on a worksheet, and then turning the project into a poster to be displayed at a school-wide college fair. Students were supposed to cut out these tickets, and these were kind of the ideas and information about their college. A few reflection questions, and here's kind of the example. Obviously, this isn't possible with distance learning, nor is it the most effective use of the tools available. So, using Canvas, I've reimagined this project. I recreated this project in a Canvas module. The first 2 activities are the into. In the past, the teacher would use a KWL chart, getting a sense of what students already know about college. This kind of pre-assessment, if you will, has been reimagined into a Thin Slides activity. In Thin Slides, each student gets 1 slide in a shared slide deck. They need to find 1 word about the topic, 1 image, and they have 5 minutes, and then they need to share. The next part of the activity is to go back to the same slide deck after everyone is shared, and students can add 1 question to their slide, something they'd like to know about college. And for purposes of this project, the words college and university are being used interchangeably. Thin Slides is a modification of the previous task. It is accomplished through Canvas by inserting the shared Google Slides presentation using the rich content editor, as well as sharing a link to the slides presentation where every student has editing rights. After the activity, the editing rights will be changed to view only, and then students will be able to view each other's work. In the next part of the lesson, the teacher will provide background knowledge regarding college and the different types of higher education. This will be done through a Canvas discussion, where students can post questions and insights as the teacher shares. This again is a modification of the previous class discussion. Previously in the classroom, only a few students would actually raise their hands to share, and not all voices were heard in the classroom. In this discussion, every student is required to post 1 observation or aha moment during the presentation. The second part of background information is a pear deck to help students think about planning for high school and beyond. For this lesson, another slides presentation modified with Pear Deck will be inserted here, and each student will work through at their own pace, learning about the different requirements A through G required for college. They will also learn about their teacher's road to college. Pear Deck is a great interactive tool, especially for virtual teaching, because the teacher can follow along as the students are working. For the next part of the project, we get into the actual research project itself. Students will start by choosing a state from which to choose their college. Each student will get a different state and be able to choose the college or university they would like to research that resides within that state. Since the teacher has 65 students, there will be some duplicates in states, but not in universities or colleges chosen. This will be done through an embedded Google Sheet. In the past, the teacher would have a piece of paper and put it under the document camera, and students would choose their states, and she would write their names down. This time, they'll be able to see it live and see all the colleges and universities chosen live at any time. Of course, to see updates, the Canvas page will need to be updated. This is, however, a Canvas assignment, really, because in the text box for the submission, the students will put the name of the college they have chosen. Now for the actual research. Students will be given a template that is being pushed out through Google Drive Cloud assignments. This is a strategy the students are already familiar with, so it is easy for them to access the content. As you can see, the slides are embedded below, and using this method, each student gets his or her own copy of the slides. Using the Google Cloud Assignment external tool is a modification from the previous paper-pencil activity. It allows for a significant redesign because it allows students to focus more on the content and less on the presentation, which is why a template has been provided. If you look at the template more carefully, you will see that that we have used the speaker notes section to provide directions for students. By using a slides template, it focuses student attention on the content rather than on the design of their project. Because as we know, design can often take up way more of a student's time than the actual content. Part of this project is also focusing on developing cohesive presentations. Given a blank slide or a blank slide deck, students tend to use tons of different backgrounds, different colors, different fonts, and often their presentation is so busy that it's hard to read or understand. So by providing a simple template, it'll focus students' attention on the content rather than on all the bells and whistles. Students will, however, be taught how to change the master to match the colors of their college. Students will be working on this project over several days during class time, which at the moment is 100% online. At the end of each day, students will hit the submit button so the teacher can check in and see how students are doing. In addition, while students are working, the teacher will be using GoGuardian to follow along and to provide any assistance needed. For the infographic portion of their project, students will use the strategy called Number Mania, an EduProtocol, and the topic that they will use to practice with is coffee. In Number Mania, students will choose one of 3 articles to read about coffee, and then each student will add in their one number and description of that number. Basically, this is crowdsourcing the statistical facts about coffee. Then, using the shared spreadsheet, students will create their own infographic. So here's the shared sheet shown on a page using a Canvas page. And then they will create their own infographic on a 1-slide template given to them from or distributed to each student using the Google Cloud Drive assignment. Here are some student examples. All students were given a blank template, and around the edges were the images that they could choose from to create their slide. As you can see here, they were given icons to use. If they had time, they could obviously search for their own, but they were only given 10 minutes for this activity. For the final part of this project, students will use Flipgrid embedded within a Canvas assignment to create a virtual tour of their college. You can see we don't have any posts yet. After all students have created their virtual tour, college fair will be held. Students will visit the college fair, watch at least 3 college videos, and leave feedback for their peers. This activity is a redefinition of the traditional poster. In planning this unit, I used both the SAMR and the EEE frameworks. SAMR because we didn't want to just replace what we were already doing because we were in a virtual environment, but we really wanted to reimagine the way students interacted with the content and the way they shared their learning. The EEE framework also helped us focus on the fact that we wanted to engage students, get students interested. We also wanted to provide students with choice that would enhance their learning. I hope you enjoyed my redesign of a traditional college research report. And please visit me on YouTube for the Canvas LMS tip of the day in 2 minutes or less.